Hey, good morning, Jimmy.
Hey, Johnny boy.
How we doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's back to just the two of us today.
Yeah. Had
I'm
some
cool with
fun
that.
last week.
I'm still dealing with that. The audio didn't sync with the video, so I'm like on my fifth version of lining it up.
Hmm.
It saved it as half the video at one time. It's a whole level of stuff that maybe it's above my pay grade,
Yeah.
but I'm trying.
We gave it a good shot. It was
With the audio came out well.
very last minute.
Yeah, it's on Spotify. We pushed a lot of boundaries on that one.
Hmm.
We've had a remote. We've had a live guest. We've never had both at the same time.
Right.
Um,
With the video at the same time.
with the video, and Jeff was using my phone for his camera, which turned into a second version of my screen. It was all screwed up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get the video fixed this weekend. I hope.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Been relatively consistently adding some kinetic to my day.
Yep.
Um,
At least while we got a few samples.
yeah, I was gonna say at least for now. Not to say I won't buy it, but until
Yep.
I have to, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Cliff, shouted him out before.
Hmm.
He caught me in the hallway the other day. I was doing an in-body with somebody. He's like, "Hey, great podcast, loved it." I was like, "Oh, cool, man." He goes, "When's the YouTube coming out?" I was like, "Well, we're gonna have give me a minute." He goes, "Okay, well, just so you know, I got a case of that stuff on the way already."
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
was like, "Oh, right on, man." He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to try it. You guys did a great job with those guys, so I'm excited to see what it can do."
Hmm.
And I am too. I did my first kinetic ketones pre-workout shot yesterday.
Yep.
I had text you, during the middle of my workout.
Oh, you got to throw up.
Felt like I was going to throw up because I stopped moving.
Yeah.
Had I probably just kept moving pretty consistently, I'd been fine. But I was like, I need a big break right here for a second for this last set of back squats. And
Definitely not right before you work out.
yeah, because it was literally
Yeah.
slammed and walked out to the floor. So I was
Yep.
like, God, this was not the appropriate application
Yep.
for this tool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was going with the Matt Hughes approach, like try to get it like 2 hours prior.
yeah,
And I took a shot this morning on the floor. And
yeah. Sorry over there.
Kevin walked by. I was like, "We need those." He's like, I was so clear during wrestling." He's like, "Need them."
Yeah,
I was like, "All right, I'm
yes,
working on it."
it's good stuff, man. I'm stoked with it.
So it sounds like we're kind of getting in touch with our normal distributor. So we'll see what that works out. Jeff would like us just to work directly with them, but it becomes like another step of ordering.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it would streamline the process a lot.
Yeah, if it was just on the distributor. So
Yeah, we went
yeah,
to
we'll
the same
see
chain.
how it goes. But yeah,
Cool.
well, I'm looking forward to getting in here.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, I look at kind of we got the drink here sitting up. We're gonna crack in a second,
I know. I'm looking forward to
and I
it.
kind of look at them in a different way now.
Yeah,
You know.
again, you're not gonna drive a screw with a hammer.
Hmm.
You're not gonna put a nail in with a screwdriver. Different tools for different jobs.
Yeah.
It is funny to maybe not me. But a lot of people consider the energy drink like the boost, like it's the only way to get that little, and it's really not doing it. It's a Band-Aid
Yeah.
on a bullet wound,
Yep.
Ketones feel like a little more stitches.
Yeah.
They're designed to help fix a problem.
Hmm.
This just numbs the problem for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
And I think as much as I like them, I know, we'll talk a little bit about some hormones today, I think. But I know that at the end of the day, it's accumulating a lot of this stuff I don't need.
yeah,
So if I can reduce the caffeine, because that's the one thing I do notice is when I've had the kinetics, have very little caffeine.
yeah. Excuse me. So speaking of, it's time, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So today, a fun little throwback. I love this. Like Jolt Cola, as far as I'm concerned, really was the OG of the energy drink world. Oh, it's nice. Man.
Yeah.
That was a.
It's unfortunate on YouTube you can't hear it.
I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to isolate that particular noise as not background noise.
Oh,
So
it's a good retcon.
yeah, kind of like I was saying, what's neat is Jolt Cola really was kind of the OG
Hmm.
in that let's just throw some caffeine in something and see what happens. When it came out as just a Jolt Cola, like it seemed like parents everywhere were treating it like it was, video games with blood or rap lyrics. It was like, we can't have this on the shelf for our kid. And then it just sort of turned into, watch what I can do. It went
Yeah.
from Jolt to Surge, from Surge to Red Bull to what we are now, where literally everybody's got an energy drink. So I thought it was pretty rad that Redcon One bought the licensing rights, I guess, to Jolt. So they're putting it out. I'm a Coke Zero guy. I like it with dinner. a nice little treat for me. This tastes just like a Coke Zero
Yeah,
with
it does.
200 milligrams of caffeine. So I'm like, oh,
That's
man,
pretty good.
we are checking some boxes for me at least.
Yeah, over the weekend I was at 7-Eleven, one of the newer ones where I live, and they had a bunch of different drinks in there.
Mhm.
And I seen the Jolts and I eyeballed it and I was like, I'm getting those for the podcast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then freaking Johnny was drinking one the other day on the fitness floor. I'm like, damn
Yeah.
it.
And it's funny because I brought those last week, not knowing if Jeff and Devin were 100% official.
Mhm.
So I grabbed them like Thursday. And then Thursday night, we locked it in where they were coming. So I had those in my fridge. So I was like, I'm gonna drink those. And then I had to go to the store this morning to buy these. So we have them.
Hell yeah.
So I'm cool with it. I'm excited. Yeah. Glad I could help.
Very good.
Um, So again, it is funny because on the back of this can that I keep lifting almost perfectly as I'm lifting it to drink it, you can see all these benefits,
Yep.
promotes focus, boosts mood, supports metabolism. Um, we don't think of those as like fallacies necessarily, but
Right.
they're not painting the entire picture. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like caffeine's definitely gonna increase your thermodynamics and things like that and your awareness. But like the thing is like too much of it, is increasing cortisol, which does the opposite.
Yep.
So it's like Celsius always has advertised like it's a weight loss in a can kind of thing, burn calories, like, and I think there's some truth to it.
Yeah. It was
But,
the original energy drink for girls, as
but
far as I'm
10,
concerned.
10, 6 to 10 in a day, it's like, what's
Yeah.
it doing
Yep. For sure.
for sleep and things like that. And that's one thing have noticed last few days is I have been sleeping like really deep,
Yeah.
like real deep.
I most of my sleep problems came from the fire department schedule and what I was doing with that. So like anything now is vastly improved over what it used to be.
Hmm.
Um, but I have started like limiting my last energy drink to a little bit later in the day. Um, I mean, I was well known for cracking a monster at like 7 p.m. and just like, yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
fine. And then like at 12:30 at night, I'm like, oh, man, I'm just having trouble closing my eyes. I wonder what the problem is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know what? Could be like the almost 200 milligrams caffeine I had as the sun went down,
Yeah.
So I've started, usually won't open one after 5 anymore.
Hmm.
And even that's getting like fourth, so it's definitely something I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But, again, I like it. I don't drink alcohol much at all ever,
Hmm.
so I'm like, if I'm not doing that, I can do something, which is
Yeah.
probably not the best, mentality, but like I could be way worse. I feel like I'm way too loud today. I'm sorry. I can fix it in post.
And Jethro was asking, kind of about like the research on the ketones, which, there's a ton of research on ketones, as far as brain health. I mean, they've been doing it for people with seizures and, people with cancer, lots of different things. So I think the research is there and the evidence is there that the ketones are definitely beneficial, and it's just that the ketones in the drink are identical and,
Yeah, the bioidentical part is a big, big thing.
yeah,
We've all been scammed by something. If you've been
yeah,
in the fitness industry long enough, chances are you went all in on something. It was going to be the fix. It was
hmm,
not necessarily the magic pill, but it was the piece missing from the hard work. It's like, man, I'm working hard. I'm doing my thing, and there's got to be something. And I guarantee you, we've all fallen for it. We've all thought that raspberry ketones were going to change our lives.
yeah, but I tried them for a while.
Yeah, nitric oxide was going to
Hmm.
be the biggest thing in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
Um, all these things that we've all bought in on. We're like, dude, this is the one.
Well, now it's getting crazier and crazier because it's like
Oh man,
peptides and methylene blue and
yep,
NAD plus and
dude.
you don't know what's really in any of these freaking
Yeah, my
things you get.
Instagram has become a constant scroll
Hmm.
of TRT, peptides, NAD, reindeer vital organs, which I'm actually probably going to buy those. They're working really hard to get me. I'm about to
Yeah.
do it. Like I said, I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago. My wife has seen significant improvement in some very real markers from adding like beef vital organs to her regimen.
No.
Eczema cleared up, swelling in the hands is down. She's been dizzy since 2020 when she got COVID. It's constantly she'll just get upset. Whoa. Since she started taking the beef vital organ, she has noticed a significant reduction in the like intensity of the dizziness and the frequency. So
Mm.
even if she does get dizzy, it's not nearly as bad as it was.
She must have been lacking something that's in there.
Yeah, and she's been relatively anemic, like borderline anemic
Yeah.
for a long
Probably
time.
some good iron in there.
And she's done some iron supplements, but
Yeah.
those kind of beat her stomach up a lot of times.
Yeah.
They're not fun for anybody that has to take them. So I think this is a more palatable, like a more readily absorbed version of a
Mhm.
lot of that stuff. And it's just like, checking
Yeah.
little boxes. So I'm like, all right. And then of course, my Instagram gets flooded with Primal Viking reindeer vital organs. And it's like,
Yeah.
these animals survive in 6 months of darkness. They're able to survive negative 40-degree temperatures. It's like,
Makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, that's got to be something they're eating, I guess. So
Yeah.
they have access to Arctic vegetation that's free from pollution. I'm like,
Or adapted to it because they're
yeah,
too lazy to move
yeah, right.
somewhere different.
Yeah, like, we could just go to a better place or just
Mhm.
figure it out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took the same thing for, a little bit, and I didn't notice much difference. It's just like a multivitamin.
Mhm.
I like the idea of it coming from
Yeah.
beef livers or whatever, and
Yep.
I was trying to eat livers for a while. Liver King definitely
Yeah. And
ate close to
again,
me for a while, and
you
then I
know,
went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
and you find out, oh, yeah, that guy's actually on more juice than
Yeah,
most professional bodybuilders. Now that
yeah,
checks out.
a lot
It's
more.
not the beef nuts he's eating,
Yeah,
it's all the stuff he's shooting into himself. So it's, again, a lot of us fell for it, man. We were
mhm,
all in there like, dude, I'm just going to eat liver and,
mhm,
cow balls. I'm in.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, wait a minute. That didn't do anything like that for
yeah,
me. And yeah, now that guy's brain is pretty much rotten. It's crazy. So,
yeah,
man,
and he's taking, like,
what a
way too
fall
much
off.
methylene blue.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stuff too, like, you'd be really careful with methylene blue.
Yep.
Because I think people are suggesting it with very little education
Hmm.
on what you should be doing, and can have some really serious not benefits, but
Yeah.
maybe benefits. But
Yeah.
also,
Yes.
you gotta know what the hell you're
And it's
doing.
funny because like the people that sell it
Hmm.
will tell you like most companies selling this are selling you pool dye,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, how do I know you're not? Like
Right.
you might have a slightly better version of pool dye.
Hmm.
Like how do I know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, we don't until we talk to somebody like Devin, who's got real information,
Hmm.
real anecdotal evidence that goes, hey, these are not like what you've seen before. Here's why. And these are studies, these are actual, experiments done to
Yeah.
show here's where we are.
Well, you're not playing roulette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like so much of this, even when you talk about TRT, and if you need replacement, like, that's good. The benefits highly outweigh the negatives. But I think, like, I know people that are in their 20s and early 30s starting to take TRT, and it's like a game of roulette,
Hmm.
like, so something
Yeah,
like a
there's a
ketone drink, like, if you don't get any benefit, you're not going to get any harm,
yeah, yeah, there's a
unless you
startup
drink
in
95
Ocala
grams.
called Game Day, like Men's Health or something
Yeah, I've
like
seen
that.
that. Yeah, like the big
Their
billboard.
their thing came through my Instagram yesterday, and it shows a guy walking into the TRT clinic, and he's like maybe 25.
Yeah.
It shows the waiting room. There's like four people in there. They're all in
Mhm.
their 20s.
Yeah.
It doesn't show one person, in their early 60s who probably could vastly benefit from TRT and probably legitimately needs it. It's these guys that should have it free flowing through their blood right
Yeah.
now. If they got out and exercised and did their thing,
Yeah. Get some sunlight.
yeah, get some sunlight on
Eat
your
good.
on your BH,
Yep.
they could probably do okay with it. We all
Yeah.
fell for that too, right? I'm not the
Yeah.
only one that was aiming my blood hole at the
Sure.
sun in my
Feels good.
backyard. Yeah. But it's like they're selling it as the fix way too early.
Yep.
And it's like that once you're on that stuff, like it's not easy to bounce back from. Like
Yeah.
your body shuts down its ability to produce testosterone on its own.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, cool. Now you're in for life.
Yeah.
We got you. Of course, they're going to, advertise a 25-year-old.
Customer for life, baby.
Yeah. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
yeah, wait to see what happens when you get off this. And it's like, oh, great. Here we
Yeah.
go. So, yeah.
And shout out to Joint Factor.
Yep.
I got my,
I noticed that in your video yesterday, I think.
yep, I wasn't wearing it because I couldn't find it, but then I found it.
Dude, I lost mine on Thursday,
Yep, and it fits.
Wednesday. I got in trouble.
Oh,
It wasn't my fault. I
yeah.
was doing laundry and my ring popped off in the laundry room. So me and Evie go to a wrestling match. I was having a rough night, dude. Like, I don't know what happened. I went to drink like some of my Liquid Death sparkling water that tastes like a Dr. Pepper. I went down the wrong pipe. I shot it all over the car. I was like, oh, God. Ended up like opening the door and pretty much throwing up, Dr. Death out the side door. And so I'm like wiping all this crap off my hand. I get inside the wrestling match over at the high school and, like I got some, I was like, oh crap, dude, I lost my ring. Like I'm freaking out. Like I was like, Evie, like help me find it. We're looking around.
Was it your rubber ring? Or was
Yeah, it's no
actually
rubber
oh,
one.
okay.
I don't wear the metal. My nerve damage just does not do well with that one.
Mm.
So it's always a rubber one, but it's my new rubber one. So I'm like freaking out. I was like, God dang it. Like lost my ring, whatever. So whole drive home, I'm stressing. I was like, I'll find it somewhere. I have another one if I have to. I'll just throw it on, be low key about it, you know? So like, I'm not sitting down for more than like 30 seconds. Biggs goes, where's your ring? I was like, dude, look, I don't know. I lost it. All right. I told her the whole thing about, almost dying on my drink and losing it. She goes, oh, no, I have it. It was in the laundry room. I was like, you couldn't have like text me or something? You got to act like I'm trying to, be
Can't
sweet.
wear it in front of my girlfriend.
Yeah, right. I mean, everybody needs to know when I'm at a wrestling match with my daughter that I'm still available. Come on, dude. I was like, get out of here. But yeah, so, but yeah, joint factor's working.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just actually just cracked my third bottle this morning.
Okay, dig it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I've been.
I found that that really works. My problem with it is consistency.
Mhm.
Of course, you're supposed to eat it with your first meal a day, and then I'll eat my first meal and I'll forget. And I'm sure eating it on the second
Yeah,
meal,
second meal.
it's probably not a
Yeah.
big deal,
Could
but
you imagine if it counted your meals and it's like,
yeah,
dude, ate it on the second one, just pooped it up.
yeah. And then it's in my bag on the weekend, and
Mhm.
I just
That's what I find with
so
my main brain.
mm,
I would love to be consistently more consistent
yeah,
with that, but it's in my work bag. And if I put it on the counter at home, somebody in the house will inevitably put it in a cabinet where I don't see it again. And then crap, where'd that go? And then I don't take it for 4 or 5 days. And then it's right where technically it's supposed to be, but I don't like it in a cabinet because I can't see it.
yeah.
My caveman brain needs to go, pills here, take them. I
Take
can't,
me. I
yeah,
like
like,
them.
hang on, let me go open a door,
True.
find a thing. It's like, nah, get out of here. I hate it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. We had our finishing up our protein drive today, which has been amazing.
Super cool, man. I love
Yeah.
to see that. I've shared it to my Facebook and I got a ton of likes on it, which is always good. But,
Yep.
more importantly, man, it's cool to see our members in this community show up. I don't think they've ever let us down,
Hmm.
which is the coolest thing. I don't think any fundraising opportunity we've taken has been a bust.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. They just, yeah, you guys need help, we'll do it. And it's cool to see it. So,
The bra one was kind of a bust.
and that was weird. I don't think that was anybody's fault.
Yeah.
It just was an odd kind of, what exactly are we doing?
Yeah.
And I still don't know exactly what
Yeah.
that thing was.
Goals to raise some money for Wigs of Hope. They make wigs for people with breast cancer.
Yeah.
Um, I started the GoFundMe and I got to check because last I checked, they hadn't taken the money out. But
Yes. And that's the
it's
thing.
just sitting there.
Yeah. Like,
So hopefully they got it.
yeah. Maybe next time. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe donate wigs.
What if we did,
Weave your own wigs.
like we had some hairstylists come in
Mm-hmm.
and they do like a celebrity wig cut. And then we auction off like celebrity cut wigs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we use that money to buy more wigs.
Who the celebrities?
I know one that would come in and cut a wig pretty damn good.
Well, yeah, and we know that, but
Well, yeah, like celebrity hairstylists. There's a lot of
oh,
popular
like your
hairstylists.
wife is a
Yeah,
celebrity.
yeah, like a celebrity stylist.
Oh,
She's in cutting this thing
oh,
very professionally. We got a few people we could call. We know some people.
okay,
You know people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We could have some prominent stylists come in and then custom cut these wigs
okay,
and then auction them off or whatever. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know.
The brawls to wigs is a weird.
I think buy some protein and donate it. That's
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah, let's just keep that.
a lot more
Let's
our
do
speed.
that all year long. I like that. Until Angel Tree, it's just protein.
Yeah,
We'll just give it to random children.
yeah,
There you go, kid. You need to bulk up.
yeah. Also, got to give a shout out before I forget to Johnny Boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had a code response.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that thing.
Guy was on the rower. He started to do a yoga pose
Yeah,
on the
great.
rower, and Johnny seeing it happening, he yelled over to me, "Code response, Jimmy," and I ran, got the AED first aid kit, called 911, came back. Guy was kind of looked like he could be awake-ish,
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
I started. Everybody's going, "No, he's breathing," and I'm watching. His lips are turning purple, and
Hmm.
Johnny slapped the AED on him,
Yeah.
gave him a shock.
Dude. Again, everybody's like, oh, good job. Dude, what a great response from the entire team. Like
Yeah.
literally, that could not have gone more perfectly every step of the way in that entire thing. Like I happened to be sitting a rower over.
Yep.
It's funny. I was
Yeah,
telling
and
him,
I thought you were working with him. That's how.
yeah, that I like
Yeah.
it couldn't have been closer. I'm watching him, and the other day, about a week and a half ago, I was over there working with somebody on the rower. Someone on a rower nearby legitimately looked like crap, dude. Like they were looking
Hmm.
like they were going through it. I was like, "Hey, you doing all right?" They're like, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "You look a little rough, man. I just want to check on you, make sure you're not, you know." And he goes, "I'm fine." So gave me like a ton of attitude. So this time, I'm watching this guy look significantly worse, like every pull for like 30 seconds. I'm just kind of like, I'm watching him.
Hmm.
And then, as soon as I start talking to my folks again, I hear his wife go, "He's not doing well. Can somebody help?" I was like, "Oh, yes, I can." Um, so talking to him, like I said, he kind of hit that like, "Oh, yeah." And then I was like, "Oh, hang on.
Hmm.
He's going on the floor. Let's put him down." Jethro helped me set him down. Perfect. Again, Jethro was right there.
Yep.
Strongest hands in the gym. We set him down.
Yep.
I talked to you. You're on the radio, the phone, and with a bag in no time. Beth is right there. As I look for the AED, she's literally sliding it to me. It's perfect. Everything went well.
Yep.
We hit him we did a round of CPR first, which I really recommend. Then we let the AED analyze. They advised a shock. It's never a good thing.
Hmm.
Zapped him, hit him with some chest compressions again. Gonzo, 30 years in the game as a firefighter, paramedic as well. He's checking the pulse and he's like, "Dude, I can feel it. Keep pumping."
Hmm.
That's exactly what you want from CPR is you're taking the place of the heart. He's checking. All of a sudden, like, dude wakes up.
Yep.
Like it in a professional standpoint as a firefighter paramedic. I think I told you this, like
Yep.
that what we call like ROSC, return of spontaneous circulation, is not normal. That's like a very rare occurrence. And if it does happen, it is a very, very unlikely scenario that it stays that way.
Oh wow.
And especially to have someone like, "Oh, man, I was doing pretty good on that road,
Yeah.
wasn't I?" Like he
Yeah.
was concerned about his splits on the
He
road
was.
and making sure we were impressed with his output
Yep.
until it literally killed him.
Yep.
And then we woke up and he goes, "Man, it's kind of embarrassing. I fainted." And I said, "No, bro, you were more than fainted."
Yeah. You're
He's
dead.
like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "We had to hit you with the defibrillator." He's like, "What?" I
Yeah.
was like, "And the fact that you don't recognize or
That's
remember it,
shocking.
yeah, that indicates to me you were literally dead."
You're quite electrifying, sir.
Yeah, he had a spark for sure.
Yeah.
But it was funny because he had no clue, had no recollection of it at all. He wanted us to let him drive home
Yep.
or ride home with his wife.
Yep.
I was like, absolutely not.
Yep.
But what did it take? Like 2 days, 3 days, and we heard from his wife that he's doing well.
Yep.
It was a congenital heart defect from birth
Hmm.
that he'd done real well with for 60 something years.
Yep.
And it just finally stopped pumping blood.
Yeah.
Which is cool because, everybody likes to get this is, me tooting my own horn a little bit here, everybody loves to give the AED all the credit
Yeah.
when you use one. But at the end of the day, it wasn't an electrical issue. It was a volume issue.
Hmm.
There was no blood in his heart, the doctor said. So literally that compression,
Yep.
squeezing and filling that thing every time, that's what got the blood flowing again.
Well, yeah, and if the shock doesn't work, you
Yeah.
got to keep the blood flowing
Gotta keep
until.
the blood flowing, exactly, 'cause
Yeah.
he did not come back immediately
Yep.
from the shock, so it was good quality CPR.
I was listening while you're doing CPR. If I could hear any ribs cracking,
Yeah, and, it's funny 'cause,
I was kind of like, let me get in there.
he was a little bit spongy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, like, I felt like they were already done, but, I was like, "God, this guy is not gonna wanna wake up from
Yeah.
this," but I didn't hear anything, but it
Yeah.
definitely felt a little less stable when I got done. But knowing that he made it, I'm way
Yeah.
better
That's
that I
awesome.
didn't crush him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that
Great
is
job, man.
yeah, it was fun. Like, I say fun, it was not fun,
Yeah.
but it was very rewarding to know that the entire team did so freaking good
Yep.
in that instance, you know what
Yep.
I mean?
And
Like,
that's why we gotta keep reminding everybody what code response is and
yeah,
how to do it because time is of the essence with something
yep.
like that.
And, oftentimes it is somebody fell off the treadmill and
Yeah.
in their knee. They got a little boo-boo.
Yep.
But if we always respond to it
Hmm.
as the worst case scenario, we're going to be there when it needs to be real.
Yep.
We had one or 2 days.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be round
Gonna
two.
say, I'm sitting there doing a PFA. Funny enough, with a former doctor, guy
Hmm.
retired as a doctor. Um, I hear the code response go off, and I just heard by the bikes. I pop up and just take off. We all went a different direction around, so somebody got there
I took
quickly.
the long route. I thought I went to the bike studio.
Yeah.
Nope, not there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we get there, and it's like, "Oh, he just fell down." We
Yep.
set him in the chair here, and I'm like, "All right." So I'm talking to him, and again, significantly less responsive
Yep.
every time I talk to him. I'm saying something, he's like looking up at
Kind
me,
of
but
trying to open his
yeah,
eyes,
not
but
talking back. He
I
starts
was like,
drooling. I was like,
"Oh god, here
it's
we
like, I
go."
lay him down. Me and Big John Hockley threw him on the floor
Yep.
again. And
Like,
luckily,
Jimmy, grab his shorts.
yeah, I was
It's
like,
like this man is super wedgie and
yeah, and big old Melvin get him on the floor. But it's funny because it immediately, I thought, okay, this probably looks like some hypotension,
Mhm.
little blood pressure issue, got a little low. Sure enough, we lay him down flat. Within 30 seconds, dude starts talking to us. He's awake. He knows
Yeah.
where he's at.
I
Like,
think it was less than that. It was
yeah,
almost immediate.
yeah, same thing. Homeboy wants to drive home.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Yeah.
like, the EMS is on the way. We've already called 911. They're going to tell you if you're okay or not. I want them
Yeah.
to take a look. And he was like, not mad at me, but like annoyed
Yeah,
that
he
I
was.
wouldn't just let him walk out of there. I'm like,
He was, yeah.
brother,
I
you're
was like, "Do you have, low blood pressure issues?" He's like, "I have low and high blood pressure
yeah,
issues."
depending on which pill I take, yes, but it's funny, it's like your entire sweatshirt is covered in your own drool right now. Let's let somebody look at you,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it was good.
So it's funny, yeah,
So, I'm very thankful to have, great people like Johnny and Gonzo on the team with experience with this, and back in the day, we had Ivan, he was always
yep,
great for
yeah. I
responding,
was gonna say Ivan is
um,
built for that.
'cause we go through training and things like that, but without any repetition, it's like, you really question, "Am I doing the right thing?"
Yeah, and
You
it's one of
know?
those things you don't want to have to be good at.
Yeah,
In all reality, it's not like I want to be the best guy at scooping people up off the gym floor,
yeah,
but it is a thing we need to at least be
yep,
moderately prepared for.
yep,
And it helps when you've got a couple of guys that have done it professionally for a little while.
yeah, absolutely.
It's a it's a thing I immediately kicks right back in. It's like,
Mhm,
"Guy, let me do my thing real quick." Like the fact that I didn't have gloves was a little weird.
yeah,
But I'm normally putting those on in the truck on the way there. When it happens right in front of you, you don't. I don't have time for gloves.
yeah,
I got the old man sweat all over my hands. It's fine. I've had
yep.
way worse. I
Oh,
promise. So that's not so bad. But yeah, and again, just a great response
mhm,
from everybody in that instance. Everybody did a really good job, like giving us some room to work, except that one guy,
mhm,
the member that was on the floor trying to lead the thing from his former career as an internalist.
yep,
Um, maybe I'm wrong, but you don't see them in the ER often,
yeah,
So if an internalist is doing CPR, he did something really wrong to get there.
yeah,
So yeah. But again, great job by everybody. And it's nice knowing that everybody's there
yep,
to do it. You
made a
know,
difference.
yeah. So it's one of those things. We change lives every day. Every once in a while we get to maybe save one. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. So yeah. Um,
"Hey, Chad,
hey, Big Chad in the house.
how you
How we
doing?"
doing? How are y'all doing? Good, man. So one of my favorite things about this team is our monthly meeting that we try to do pretty consistently.
Mhm,
Um, because it's not regular. It's not, here's some numbers. You guys did a ton of numbers. We take a chance for everybody to get to show everybody else a little bit about what they know. You
mhm,
know, I've done one on kettlebells. I've done one on some technology stuff.
yep,
Um, it's real cool. Was it not last month, not last week, but the month before, it's Daniel's turn.
yep, January.
Yeah, January was Daniel doing a really cool breakdown of like the psychological and the emotional benefits and responses to exercise. Right? I
Yep,
think that's a fair way to break that
and I
down.
think it fits nicely with, we talked to Tammy,
Yep.
and that was about, exercise being a crossword puzzle for your brain, making your brain happy. We talked about ketones.
You know, these are Kevin.
Yes, it's okay.
They should borrow.
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna
I'm
beat
not
you up.
Kevin, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can borrow
Of
those.
all the people that can
Let's
beat
get
you
it.
up,
Everybody just reads that, so I have. Then we talked about like
yeah.
ketones and how they can help fuel the brain, when you have a metabolic crisis, and
Mhm.
so I thought it would be really appropriate. Like Daniel did such. I want to get Daniel on the podcast because
Yeah.
he's very entertaining. First of all, he's a very
100%.
funny guy,
Yeah.
and he did. I was so impressed by his presentation. There was so much passion behind it.
Oh, dude, it was like a college lecture. It
Because
was so good.
when you watch him train, he has very unique style of training,
100%.
very unique. And some things you would look at in the outside person and be like, that is not something. That's
Inside
not
person.
exercise.
It doesn't take an outside person. Sometimes
That's not
I
an
look at
exercise.
Daniel and I'm like, what a goofball.
But when you hear Daniel talk about this,
Yep.
it was like, ah,
Yeah. 100%.
interesting, Daniel.
I have seen it a few times where I'm just like, if that was anybody but him, I would question that movement beyond belief.
Yeah.
But since he's doing it, I'm like, he's got something up his sleeve over there,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But
Very cool.
yeah,
All these things we know, we all know the particular hormones. Like I was real big into this, like when we came back from COVID, because everybody's watching doom and gloom all day, and there's so much fear and anxiety and this and that. So like I come in and I'm like, well, people's cortisol levels are crazy high. Let's get some dopamine going. So we had like the I called it the dopamine board, like write what
yeah,
you're thankful for, like
yeah.
sharing what you're thankful for, or telling somebody you love them, I'm thankful you saved that guy's life, Johnny, like that. Those all increase your dopamine. So,
Mhm.
you know, but the way Daniel presented it was just,
It
I
was so
almost don't
good.
even want to
I
talk about it
I just wanna have
because,
him do it on here,
yeah,
you know?
this was so good.
Yeah, it was great. I felt who was it that went before him?
That day,
Yeah. Didn't somebody else present that day too? Was Huey.
Huey talked about
Yeah,
uh,
productivity.
productivity. Yeah.
And again, not that he did a bad job by any means,
Mm-mm.
but I was like, still just like Daniel's thing took over so much of my brain
Byron.
brain waves that I couldn't. I just did it again. I
Yeah.
didn't think about anything else. I was like, dude, that's so
Yeah.
cool. So it's
And again, like so aligning with Tammy's principle,
yeah,
because Tammy was always like, you want to do things that make the brain happy,
mhm,
but also you want to do things that give you this sense of accomplishment and
yeah,
challenge. And, you don't want to do too much of one thing and too much of the other.
yeah,
You
because
want to have a good mixture of it.
they're not often the same thing.
Right.
The thing that we start out to make that challenge and that reward oftentimes starts from a place of something we don't want to do
Right.
or something we don't think we could do.
Hmm.
But once we do it, it turns into the end of that reward starts that next one where it goes from, man, I just did something really hard
Yep.
to like, I'm happy about having done something hard. And then that runs us into that next little cycle, which is,
Yep.
something really cool, but you got to start somewhere. And that usually is like, find something that makes you a little bit happy first, get a
Hmm.
little bit of, positive momentum on your side. Then you tackle that hard thing
Yep.
and you just keep stacking them, and that's kind of
And
the
the,
fun
uh,
thing.
the overarching theme of his presentation was a quote I shared recently with all you guys. It was, when exercise starts to become about how it makes you feel and not about how it makes you look, there's no turning back, or something to that
Right.
effect.
Yeah.
And I think most people kind of start in a vain manner
Yeah.
for exercise.
For sure. Even if it's like a healthy vanity, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? It's like, man, I gotta, my doctor said I gotta lose some weight.
Yeah.
It's all right here. It's one of those things where we knew it, but even if it comes from a place of health, it probably
Yeah.
started significantly more vain before we realized it was a health
Oh,
issue.
100%.
Yeah.
I can remember when I started exercising, and we've shared this, I think, episode one. We talked about kind of how we were fat kids.
Yeah.
Like I was tired of being the fat kid. And, I joined the gym, and like I was bullied and all these things. And, I didn't feel confident. And, I wanted to use exercise as a way to look like George that ran the first
Mhm.
gym I worked at. He was shredded wheat,
Yep.
18 pack abs and bicep pains. And he was such a nice guy too, and I want to be like that. And like the longer I wish I could remember where the transition point was for me, where I wasn't worried about that anymore. And I wouldn't be mad if I got an ab vein or something weird like that, or
Yeah. Yeah.
giant Chad arms.
Right.
But at some point it turned into something where I need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's not physical. I need it. If
Hmm.
I don't if I don't exercise, I'm not good. I'm not the Jimmy that everybody sees on the surface level.
Hmm.
Like I'm a pretty happy guy.
Yeah.
If I don't get my workouts in, I'm not good.
Yep.
So it does. It's like truly like I'll have to contemplate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe I could figure out what the turning point was, but
Yeah, I started weightlifting for football. I was a little fat kid, but I was, athletic, but just a little, fat kid. And as I got into like football, it became you're going to come every day during the summer, Monday through Friday. We got an hour or two. We're going to lift some weights. And you're going to do your thing. And I was like, oh, cool. This is my chance to get less fat, you know. But I remember the first time I saw like our champion board or whatever we called it. every time you made like a benchmark, if
A
you bench,
PR board.
yeah, if you benched 135, you made it on that little board. If you
Mhm,
benched 185, when you got to 225, went up the line. And I remember the first time I got my name on the board for 135. I was the only guy that wasn't a lineman that got 135.
mhm.
And I was like, dude, look at that. I'm a little fat kid over here, but I'm the strongest of the small fat kids. Cool. And from there, it was always like, man, I can do more. Dude, let's see what more feels like.
Mhm,
And then next thing you know, 4 months later, middle of football season, I'm like, dude, I'm absolutely shredded. I didn't even realize it. I
mhm.
never even thought about it once until like I was doing something, and I would always like tuck my jersey up like under my pads, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at what I
yeah,
got.
and I didn't even realize I was doing it. It just was hot as hell out there. And then I came off the field, and my strength and conditioning coach for a football team, he's like, like punching me in
Yeah.
the abs. He's like, "All right, six pack." I was like, "Oh, damn, you're right." And then it was no turning back from there. But it was, like it.
Check them out now.
Yeah. Oh, they're in there now, brother. Look at that rotational power. But it's funny looking back at it. Like, man, I didn't even care about what I looked like because it felt so good
Mhm.
getting strong, pushing some weight around with the bros.
Yep.
Everybody there cheering for you when you're getting those big PRs. I was like, dude, this is living.
Yeah.
This is what life should be. Now that we're old and all of our friends live so far away, nobody's cheering for you but yourself half the time.
Yeah.
You know? Um,
And that's where sometimes, like, when you are doing something competitive, like, I try to envision myself as, like, Melissa and Gonzo,
mhm,
and I've competed in physical things for a long time, and still do it to a capacity, but, sometimes it can suck the joy out of it, and you kinda forget why you did it and
mhm,
how it made you feel, and I can remember that, kinda near the end of my powerlifting career. Like, everything had to be so structured, and when I would go to work out on a Sunday, do deadlifts, like, you had to do this, you had to do this. If you
mhm.
don't do this, you're not on track for what you're trying to do, and it's like, "Why am I trying to do this?" "I'm already strong. Who am I trying to prove this shit to?" And I can remember going in, and maybe this is where things changed for me, but I can remember going in and just like, all I'm gonna do is try to break a sweat and enjoy the music.
Mhm. I mean, I tell you what, like everybody knows I'm kind of a CrossFit fanboy, but like that is where they found the secret sauce.
Mhm,
Um, you never went in with like I didn't anyway. I never even looked at like the app or the website to see what the workout was. I just went in because I knew my friends were going to be there.
mhm,
I knew we were going to listen to some music. We're going to sweat our ass off. We're going to work hard. And at the end of the day, we're all going to be bros about it. Or, some girls too, but they were bros also. Yeah.
yeah,
But like that was I went for the vibe. I went for the party. I went for the hangout, and it became a thing that still to this day, I prefer that style of workout. That's why I love the boot camp so much.
yeah,
Um, it's everybody's there at the same time, working on the same goal. You don't have to worry about those, nights of isolation where it's like, I just got to get this done.
yeah,
You're not eating a bland chicken breast with some steamed broccoli on it. It's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. CrossFit was really good at giving you the payoff every time you came in the gym.
yep,
There were some days where, you might be the only one that shows up. You might be the last one in there, but at the end of the day, like, you've got that big you get the applause every time, you get the cheer, even if
yeah,
you're the last one done. I mean, hell, there were times I would slow down because I knew that everybody finished as you're finished up, they're clapping for you.
yeah,
Man, I'm already sucking at this thing. I might as well be the hero that finishes it,
yeah.
that doesn't look like he's going to.
Really poured on the end of
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't. I'm like crawling to the finish line. It's like, come on, I'm like, I can do it. Yeah, I got a 6 minute mile. Of course I can do this. But sometimes I want you to pretend I need help too.
Yeah,
But that is really the big secret sauce of that whole thing.
yeah,
Was I strong? Oh, absolutely. Was I fast? Yeah, for sure.
mhm,
But was it because of the methodology? I don't know. It's because I kept showing up.
yeah,
And that's what
consistency.
CrossFit really did was kept me in the building.
That's the biggest thing.
You know?
Gotta be
So again,
consistent.
that community aspect is huge for the mental side of that.
Yeah,
That, like you said, that's the thing that makes you happy. I get to go in and see my buddy. I get to go in and see, the Michelle who just came back from having a baby. That's awesome. Like it's cool. That's the happy part.
yeah,
Or for me, it was. And then all that other stuff, how it made you look, came later.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we
yeah.
did at one point, we had a nice group of people at, Melody's gym. Jethro used to go there for a bit, but, the evening crew, this is, like, pre-kids and all that.
Yeah.
we had a big group of friends, and we didn't really work out together. We worked out around each other, and we
Mhm.
once in a while challenge each other something, and it was
Yeah, if you're on a break and you see him,
just a ton of
yep,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, but now it's kind of different because I'm like, to work out here,
Yeah, dude.
I need to be Batman and
Mhm.
in like complete isolation
Yeah.
because I'm talking and engaging all day.
Yep.
And,
Well, that's why I tell everybody, like, yeah, I was lifting yesterday,
mm,
had my hood up, doing my thing, just like you said, yeah,
mhm,
you're kind of like Batman over there. I'm significantly harder to hide because I've got tattoos everywhere and a
mhm,
very distinct look, but even Jen, she's working out with her client in front of me and she turned around and she goes, I didn't even recognize you. I
yeah,
was like, good. I don't want you to.
everybody
Yeah.
recognizes me.
I'm working out right now,
I got to figure it out.
yeah, it's, yeah. Well, you're a big guy. Like,
Look, like you're just getting ready to do like your top set of deadlifts, and like, hey, can you go get the towels from the men's room?
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, mine is just, "Why are you doing that?" Like, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you wanna get some sessions? I'll tell you all about why we do this."
I don't know. I'm getting the demons out.
Yeah, "You won't like me if I
Yeah.
don't, that's why." But yeah, so it is funny. We do have to find those moments here, especially to, like, cut some time out for ourselves, and it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
It's, fortunately, I'm super busy now, and I don't have a ton of time during the week to work out here.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be real honest with you. I ain't tacking it on at the end. When I'm
Yeah.
done here, I'm done. Like,
It's tough at the end. I
yeah, I
mean, that's when
finished
the
that
gym's a
last
little
client.
quieter, but
I'm
yeah.
on the way. And I'm starting early enough now that like I'm barely making it here on time anyways.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not gonna make it an hour earlier.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
How much time you got?
I got till 8:30. So I got
8:30.
9:30.
Okay, good. Yeah,
9:30, sorry.
we're
Uh,
way past that.
yeah.
So
There's a
Jethro.
Jethro, you must have heard us talking about you. Oh, see what? Yeah.
So we'll just recap real quick. Daniel, he talked about dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. So dopamine was kind of that, um, when you do something, you accomplish something. That's that good feeling you have in your brain.
Mhm.
When Johnny and I sip on a nice cold sparkling can of energy drink, or you know,
I'm doped up.
yeah, we get a little dopamine hit when you see something cool on someone likes your awesome video you posted on
Mhm.
Facebook. Get a little dopamine hit.
Yep.
Um, anything that's gonna give you a reward is
Yeah.
that's where you get the dopamine. Too much dopamine, bad idea. So Daniel also this is where I like to bring him in, but he shared like the different feedback loops. Like too much of each one is not good. You want to have a good mixture of all things, and that's why in the workout you don't want to always do something hard and challenging because the repercussions of too much dopamine is you start to become what do you call it? Like it
Um,
doesn't
yeah,
doesn't
there's a
hit you the
yeah,
same way.
you're saturated. You're kind of
Saturated, and then you're
yeah,
looking for
yeah.
more dopamine, and that's why people get addicted to social media and things, and
Mhm.
you doom scrolls because like now that initial rush you had when you seen something funny on
Yeah, you
Instagram,
definitely built up a
you want
tolerance.
more and more and more and
Yeah.
more and more. Um, Serotonin, that's the what do we call these?
I don't have a remarkable in front of me, so I don't know. I didn't make notes. I never make notes.
Serotonin's the one that helps you with sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
kind of the chill.
kind of chill,
Yep.
like rest and digest is going to help your nervous system. What do you call that? Man, I was so fluent in all this stuff at one point.
Dude, I'm drawing a blank because I'm not looking at anything.
Yeah, you got your anyways, I'm trying not to sound smart.
Yeah.
Then you got
Doing a good job
oxytocin.
of not sounding smart.
Oxytocin is what's released when you like share love for somebody,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
hug somebody, hold your child, tell
Yep.
kind of I would say a lot like dopamine, I imagine, but that's the love chemical. And then endorphins, that's like your adrenaline, and like you do something really hard, you're nervous about it,
Yeah. Yep.
fight or flight.
Yep.
Come on, what are the two nervous systems?
You got your sympathetic and
Yes,
parasympathetic.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Nah, I didn't know you wanted me to go that smart. I thought
Yeah.
you were coming up with, cute little terms.
Yeah, so you got like your endorphins, that's like your sympathetic.
Yep.
Um, then like oxytocin, serotonin, those are your parasympathetic.
Mhm.
So you want to have a good balance of that. You have your rest and digest, fight or flight.
Yep.
And that was the one big thing during like COVID time with all the everything was so doom and gloom that the sympathetic nervous system was on high speed. It was ramped up,
Oh yeah.
which affects like your sleep, your recovery, your brain, your health, your mentality, all those things. So trying to introduce ways to get the parasympathetic to start to come back, and like breathing through the nose, and like watching the sunset, going for a walk where your visual field is wide and broad versus narrow, like the phone and the TV and
Okay. I like that. That makes sense.
computer. I mean, there's a ton of ways to do it. Sharing gratitude, like um, telling somebody you love them. Thankful for you for saving the guy's life. Like those are all good things that get the parasympathetic stimulated. So you want to have a good balance of all things.
Yeah.
You trying to Google it right now?
No, no, no. I'm listening. I just saw like a weird thing on my computer that's driving me crazy, and I don't know what the difference is. So I'm trying to figure that out. But you keep doing your thing, brother.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool to have Daniel come in and talk more about it. But like a really hard set of deadlifts is gonna do one thing, but you also want to offset it with something else.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Sorry, I just got totally wiped out by his weird thing. Exactly that, right? I just doom scrolled to look at some settings. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh god, I think I did it again. So yeah, now I feel you on that. Um. This freaking guy. Look here. Did Kevin catch you? Is he gonna beat you up?
No, oh God, I feel my head down.
Well done. Yeah.
I hit behind her. I got pinky in front
I'll
of
never know.
my flag. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I Nobody does this better than Daniel.
Yeah.
We need to make him do this.
Yeah.
We can plug his PowerPoint into this. We can have him right here
Hell yeah.
and just listen to newly American Dan.
Yeah.
I like that. Now that he's an American citizen, I only call him Dan. I refuse to call him Daniel.
Diane.
Yep, just Dan. What up, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, howdy, every time. So it works out well. But yeah, again, I just absolutely love that guy. Like one of my favorite people in here.
Yeah.
And again, hearing him present that was like so fitting because it really does 100% tie his style together,
Mm-hmm.
and it all makes sense immediately.
Yeah.
Like if Daniel had done that presentation the day we hired him, and I saw him train every day after that,
Makes
I go,
sense. Yeah.
it makes absolute sense.
Yep.
But every once in a while, you get him out of the corner of your eye, you're like, what the hell is going on over there?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Again, after that presentation, I'm like, now I know.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Yeah, it was good because this kind of has me thinking a bit more.
Mhm.
Like say my powerlifting group, for instance, and this is how I grew up in powerlifting was you basically would wreck yourself.
Yeah. Put on
because
metal,
that's
take up some
powerlifting.
heavy crap,
Yep.
and you
It was
don't feel good about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hype at times. It was, taking your body to the limit.
Yeah.
And anything that wasn't doing that was the opposite of progress.
I mean, the closest you would come to having fun in powerlifting is usually screaming lightweight, baby,
Yeah.
as you rip the skin off your shins
Yep,
on another
exactly.
deadlift. Yeah.
So like with my group, I've kind of tapered down, and I've done this over the years because I realized like that's not a good plan.
Mhm.
Actually, like most of the time for strength, doing a little less. And this was kind of maybe a cool conversation into later. I listened to RP about minimal effective dose.
Mhm.
And so this doctor guy that does research, minimal effective dose for hypertrophy is only 4 sets on average per muscle group per week.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah. Compared to what we thought we knew
Yep.
about that, mind blowing. I freaking love the access to information
Yeah.
that we have right now because I'm constantly, I love to like let my clients know, especially like I learned something new.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was this. I have recently learned it is not that.
Yep.
I think that's a valuable thing that you can bring to the equation is like I'm willing to learn new things.
Right.
I'm not so dead set in my old school mindset that where I'm like, this is the end all be all. We only do this way
Yeah.
because I've always done it this way. No, I'm like, try this instead. See what this does.
Yeah.
Look at this cool new, bent over row we're doing where we're engaging the core and the back as we come through this massively improved range of motion.
But the textbook says keep your back parallel to the floor.
I read 20 years ago that the shoulder doesn't move. I'm like,
Yeah.
get it out of here. So yeah.
So like with the powerlifting, I've kind of tapered down the actual lifting part, the powerlifting part.
Mhm.
We're staying further away from failure because you have better gains because you recover quicker. Um, we still do heavier things to simulate nervous system. At the end of the day, that's what it is, an expression of the nervous system. And then for the accessory stuff, instead of beating them to death like we would at one point, we're doing more things that leave them feeling better.
Mhm.
Because we're getting enough dosage with the heavy lifts.
Yeah.
Like let's stimulate the body a little bit. Let's move it a little different ways. And have you walk out of the gym feeling good
Yep.
instead of walking out of the gym like you can't walk.
Oh, dude, the idea of a cool down is such a like a new concept to me.
Yeah.
The idea of like a little stretch, a little reset before you leave. That was never really, we used to just push it to the absolute last second. It's like you make it to your car, good luck,
Mhm.
you know? And now like the idea of like, I need a couple minutes to like wind down and need to stretch. I need to release some of this massive tension I've created. Um, Dude, next day, 2 days later, it doesn't hurt
Mhm.
like it used to, but I still get all the reward as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So that is a cool opportunity to use some accessory training for that. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the most insane accessories too.
Right.
We want to engage them. We want to activate them. We want to use them. We want to do it in a way that we can survive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, minimal effective dose too, like that kind of eases me a bit because like this week's been crazy for me to try to get workouts in. And so yesterday I'm trying to like, he's hitting the button, folks.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Yesterday I'm like, all right, I got an hour if I start now because I got to get the hell out of here for flag football. And then something comes up, and then something comes up, and my time window is going down and down and down and down and down. And then new guy has a question, Charlie. I'm like, I can't not give Charlie attention. It's his first week. I need to make sure he's
Yeah.
good. Now I'm down to 20 minutes. So part of me in the old days, I'd be like, just skip it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Hang it up. I'm out of here.
yeah, I'm out of here. I don't have enough time to do anything
I'm gonna put my
productive.
hoodie on, so I'm leaving early.
Or like I haven't done enough workouts this week. So this workout's going to be like, basically give me rhabdomyolysis.
Mhm.
So instead I went like, all right, minimal effective dose, 4 sets.
Yep.
So, I literally went out and did a 15-minute workout, Johnny.
Yeah.
4 hard sets to failure, close to failure, on a couple of push and pull exercises and got out.
Yep.
And so like, was it the best? No. Was it something? Yes.
Yep.
Would it be beneficial to do more than the minimal effective dose? Yes.
Yeah,
But
but it's certainly not the waste of time we used to view it as.
yes.
You know?
And I felt better.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Like I said yesterday, man, I had just enough of a gap. I wasted a little time on the front, taking care of some paperwork stuff. Had a few minutes on the back. I knew I needed to get, changed it back out on the floor. So I had like 40 minutes tops. But I got a really nice, clean, like 4 rounds of some good back squats.
Mhm.
Did some Bulgarian split squats, did a little bit of accessory stuff and made, like you said, that 4 sets of each one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling great. Like, I know I did it because like my legs are sore today. When I did some work in that small little window that a couple years ago, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, wasted time.
I go, yeah, get me out of here. Just let me go to the car and breathe some fresh air for a minute. But instead, got a good workout.
Yep, I just knew how frustrated I'd be if I didn't do something,
Oh yeah.
And then when you'd be like, you want to do a podcast tomorrow? I'm like, no, Johnny,
Got to work out.
go away.
Yeah. I'm sad.
I want to eat Geo balls all day instead.
Yeah, I still want to do that.
Yeah.
Real quick, if anybody's listening, and you're a fan of the Geo ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a little shakeup recently. I'm sure it was some sort of regulation that required the Geo meal or the Geo ball container specifically to have the ingredients listed on the Geo ball. Right?
Yep.
The beauty of the Geo ball has been its simplicity since it's, being brought into the gym. It is peanut butter, honey, oats, and some protein powder, right?
Yep.
4 ingredients at the end of the day. But because of the way that label has to be written, they had to break the peanut butter down into its ingredients, which kind of sucks, right? Because I think it's like the third thing actually listed because it's peanut butter.
Right.
But then it has the makeup of peanut butter, which should not be a surprise to anyone. It's peanuts. It's sugar. It's salt and hydrogenated oil. Everyone, not everyone, but a handful of people have started losing their minds over the fact that that geoball has hydrogenated oil in it.
Yep.
But it's because of the peanut butter.
Yes.
So if you're eating regular peanut butter on a regular occasion,
Yep.
you are already eating hydrogenated oil.
Unless you're just eating smashed peanuts.
I was just going to say, unless you are hand smashing your own
Yep.
peanuts
because all
from
you
it
have
or
palm
getting
oil
the farm,
or
yeah,
have
you're getting some of that in there.
Yeah.
So it is not grounds for freaking out.
Yep.
It's the same geoball it's been this whole time.
Yeah.
So,
and it's always the dosage.
Yeah.
The
Right.
dosage of the
Yeah.
poison that makes it poison.
Yes, if you ate a ball of solid hydrogenated oil that big a couple times a day, probably going to call it a little bit of an issue, right? If
Yeah.
nothing else, it's going to try to make you crap your pants.
Yeah.
But in the form it's in just an ingredient in peanut butter, which is an ingredient in this, no cause for alarm. I don't
Yep.
think we need to lose our minds.
Like
and
Jared
freak
said,
out.
majoring the minors.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
I just ate 2.
If you put creamer in your coffee,
Yep.
in the last little while, you're not allowed to say anything about hydrogenated oil.
Yep.
Right. So just wanted to say that while we're talking about
anything processed.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you hand killed that
Yeah.
that cow, you're eating the organ.
Did you happen to see the most recent analysis that they did of like children's food?
No.
I can't remember exactly what it was. It was mostly like candies.
Okay.
And it was measuring the levels of like heavy metals and carcinogenic materials in them. And it was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could
imagine. Like I don't want to
look it up real quick. But yeah, so RFK, you know, they flipped the food pyramid.
Yeah, Maha.
Upside down.
Make America healthy again.
Yep. Flipped the food pyramid upside down and realized that grains should not be predominant.
And I love that somehow caused a major uproar. Like the food pyramid at one point had Lucky Charms prioritized over like red meat.
Yeah.
Meat in general. And it's like, how are we losing our minds over a system that puts lean meats in a higher priority than Lucky freaking Charms?
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's cause for uproar. There's some other stuff going on.
Yeah, unless you sell that.
Yeah.
Unless you're big corn.
I was gonna say, unless you're General Mills, who literally owns everything in the world, that they probably own a pretty significant amount of the meat industry too. But
not to get political, but probably line pockets of people in power that would set said standards and things.
Hey man, these little dusty marshmallows aren't moving like we thought they would.
Yeah.
Can you make them more important in a diet that you recommend?
And put a label on the box that says heart healthy.
Yeah.
And whole grain.
Yeah, how much does that sticker
fiber? It's crazy. And this is why it's so hard for people to get healthy. It's like, because you don't know. If you walk down a normal grocery aisle, it's confusing.
Oh, absolutely.
Keto cereal. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
cereal is not a keto diet.
Yeah.
It's
two negatives don't make a positive here. It's like
what
keto,
are you eating to make that
keto means no carbohydrates, cereal, carbohydrates.
Yeah. I shared that thing for you yesterday. I think I put it in the group with the guy that's like, I'm explaining nutrition like we both have CTE. That guy's my new favorite.
I haven't seen that one yet.
You got to watch it. I sent it to the group chat. But it's like, carbs, good. Carbs are fuel. Carbs during exercise, good. He breaks it down, every bit of the nutrition like that. And it's like 4 or 5 videos I've seen now where it's like, it needs to be that simple. Like that guy should be on TV once a week doing that just as a general reminder for everybody. I think it would be.
It's like idiocracy.
Vastly important. 100%. Yeah. That's where we need to go.
Like you need to spray the crops with water.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, Brondo has electrolytes. Plants crave electrolytes. Nice. All right, I got to get moving.
All right,
I got to be ready. This was a good one. Let's do it again sometime.
Cool, man.
I don't know if I'm going to have video for this one because I don't think I was recording audio to the video. Worst case, we're back on Spotify for a week.
Hell
And
yeah.
then we'll come back.
I love
All right.
Spotify.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
See you.
See you.